talked about the Raiders. We've talked about the Chiefs. We've talked about the Chargers. Now it is time to dive into the 2025 Denver Broncos win-loss prediction schedule breakdown. Guys, and the truth, this team is odd. This team is weird. Heading into Sean Payton's second year, I don't know where to put the Denver Broncos. Let's not sugarcoat this. 2 months ago, I had the squad at 4 wins. I did not like the offense. I thought the defense overperformed. It wasn't hate. It was just pure honesty. But now, I see a little bit more of the light at the end of the tunnel. So let's break down the schedule and see how many wins Broncos country can actually expect in 2025. Weeks 1 through 4, I'm going to label this the mixed start. Mixed start because week 1, at home, taking on the Tennessee Titans. They open up strong at home. The Titans are rebuilding, and like the Denver defense, they come out swinging. They beat the Tennessee Titans at home. Cam Ward's start of the season. Week number 2, they travel to Indianapolis. This one's tricky. On the road, Lucas Oil Stadium, the Colts team is going to be hungry. New ownership, general manager fighting for his job. Daniel Jones will probably be a starter. The Denver Broncos dropped this one, starting them 1-1 on the season. And then week number 3, they're back on the road, take on divisional foe, LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, Jim Harbaugh, and the new look Charger squad are too much right now, giving them that the second loss of the season. But then week number 4, they're back at home, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's the surprise. Broncos pull this big home upset. The defense clamps down, and the Bengals fall into a mile-high trap game. 2-2 through the first quarter of the season where I had the Denver Broncos. Not bad, but not great. Solid momentum early and moving forward. But weeks 5 through 9, the terrain gets rough. The games get rough. The travel gets rough. This could be a make-or-break point for the season for the Denver Broncos. And it starts in week 5 when they travel to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Too much firepower in Eagle. This is a tough road stretch, and they get the first road loss of another road loss. Week 6, they travel across the pond to play the UK game versus the Jets. They're overseas, and I think the defense rallies just enough. When you go to overseas, defense wins games. Offense is not there. Defense wins games when you go overseas. The defense rattles Justin Fields just enough, and the Broncos win a weird one in London. And then week number 7, they come back home to take on the New York Giants. Guys, this is BS for the NFL. You travel over the pond, and you come back. Usually you have a bye week after you travel over the pond. The Broncos do not. At least they got a home game, but watch out for that overseas jet lag. I still think they beat the New York Giants and they rally at home late against them, but they do get the win. But week number 8, they're back at home yet again, take on the Dallas Cowboys. This one is just a little bit too much, and the Dallas gets the better of them here, giving them a loss. And then week 9, they travel down to Houston to take on the Texans. CJ Stroud puts on a show, and the Denver Broncos struggle to keep up offensively, giving them 2 losses in a row. So they are 4-5 through the first 9 weeks of the season, right around 500. But the second half of the season gets brutal. It does not get easy, much like the Raiders. Every time you look, you are looking at a playoff team. And it starts week 10 when you play the Las Vegas Raiders. They do get a big divisional win here, and they handle Vegas at home, but at a cost. Because at a cost comes week 11, back at home, take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes is Mahomes. Broncos keep it close, but they can't close the deal. Losing the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 12, much needed bye week, especially those overseas trips in the physical first half. But then it does not get easy at all. Week 13, they play the Washington Commanders at Washington. Washington's defense eat them up. Ugly, low-scoring loss for the Denver Broncos. Week 14, back on the road, take on the Vegas Raiders. A late season collapse starts right here, and Vegas steals one back at home. 5-8. With 3 straight losses heading into a crucial week 15 through 18, they're trying to limp to the finish at this point. They're just not very good. Plus, they got a very, very tough schedule. Week 15, they're at home, take on the Green Bay Packers. It is a loss. Too much Jordan Love, Too little from the Denver's offense. Another loss. No offensive firepower. The theme of the season, week 16. At home, take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. They do get this win. They finally get the win, a bounce-back win. They control the game with their defense. The offense sucks. Week 17, at Arrowhead Stadium, take on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a loss. This one's not even close. The Kansas City Chiefs lock up playoff seeding, and they dominate the Broncos. Week 18, at home, take on the Chargers. Yet another loss. The Chargers come into Mile High Stadium and finish the job. The Denver ends the season with a thud. Guys, the Broncos finished the season 6-11. Not great, but an improvement from the 4 wins earlier 2 months ago. This defense could be legit. This defense could be a top 10 defense in the league, but the offense, too many question marks, especially in the wide receiver room. They're trash. Hell, I don't think they even have a wide receiver 1 still. You can say what you want about Cortland Sutton, and he's not it. And the international travel, that's the real issue. The NFL failed the Denver Broncos by not giving them a bye week after London. That is not how you set up a team to succeed. So when you look at the floor and the ceiling for the Denver Broncos, 2 months ago, I had them as a 4-win team. After I watched them doing through camp training and training camp, I did bump it up to 6 wins. The floor is still 4 wins if the injuries and offense sputters, but the ceiling is 9 wins if they overperform and steal a few divisional games. And they stay healthy. But guys, in the comments below, can the Denver Broncos finish with the winning record in year 2 underneath Sean Payton, or are we at least still away from year progress? Let me know in the comments down below.